Hi, I'm Chris Martirano with American Music and Sound and our good friends here at Kraft Music, the home of those fantastic bundles offering amazing value. Today I'm going to be showing you the Studiologic Numa Compact 2. The Numa Compact 2 is featuring an 88-note semi-weighted action. That also contributes to the lightweight, but it has a great feel. I'm going to start by showing you a simple split I made here with an electric bass sound on the left and an organ on the right side. I'm going to be using some of the controls, in this case one of the joysticks, to operate the rotary effect, which is going to affect the organ. And then on the left, the bass sound that I'm using is an electric bass. I have it through a very slight amount of a drive distortion. So here's a little concept patch I put together called Let's Rock. This instrument features 128 voices of polyphony and 88 quality instrument sounds packed into 1 gigabyte of sound memory. There are dual effects engines, and you can use up to 6 simultaneous effects. It's a 4-zone instrument. 2 zones are dedicated to internal sounds, 2 zones are dedicated to external sounds, which you can access via MIDI or USB. So you can use this instrument with your iOS device or some kind of a tablet, or with your laptop, or with legacy MIDI gear. It's got 2 controllers right now, a joystick that's spring-loaded in the X and Y position, great for pitch bend or possible filter sweeps, and then 1 stick that is also spring-loaded only in the Y position, but not in the X. So that's great for modulation controls, or in this case, operating some of the effect steps, such as changing the rotary speed, or changing the phaser speed, or the delay time. The instrument also features global effects such as reverb, which allows you room, hall, plate, and spring reverb simulations. Then you have 2 bands of EQ, bass and treble, and a mastering control, which is a multi-band compressor. Then master volume on the front panel. In addition, all of the piano programs have a simulated damper effect, such when you step on the sustain pedal, you get the same effect that you would get in a grand piano when all the dampers raise up and you hear kind of the natural soundboard resonating. So a lot of features packed into this instrument. On the back panel, you'll find some pedal inputs. One of the pedal inputs is for a sustain switch. One of the pedal inputs is for a CC pedal, but it can also be used for a triple pedal that also Studiologic makes. They call it a universal pedal input. So it can work either as a CC or a foot switch input. Then you have left and right outputs, and you have a headphone output. You also have 2 speakers built in, which is great. If you're practicing in a hotel room, sometimes it's uncomfortable to be wearing headphones. If you put this instrument near a wall, the speakers sound amazing anyway, but if you put them near a wall, you get a really rich sound out of small speakers, which to me is a really great touch. To select sounds in the instrument, you have categories, and they call them sound banks. So right now I'm selecting acoustic piano. By pressing that button, it allows me access to the many pianos that are in the instrument, among which are concert, stage, vintage, studio, and rock pianos such as rock upright, electric grand 1 and 2. You get the idea. So you have a category, and then you make a selection. I'm going to select the concert grand. Let me show you one of the electric pianos. There are Tyne electric pianos, there are Reed electric pianos, FM electric pianos, really, really great stuff. So I'm going to select here a Tyne electric piano, and I'm going to put a phaser on it, just a little amount from the dual effects section, and I'm going to put a stereo panner on it as well. That same electric piano, if I decide I'm going to put a little overdrive on it and use maybe no panning, put a little bit of a room simulator on it, and then dig in, I can get that really kind of classic funky piano. I'm going to show you one of the guitars in here. This is an electric guitar, and I've added a little bit of chorusing, a little bit of delay, and I've put a little bit of hall reverb on it as well. I'm going to show you a few more combinations I put together of splits and layers. The things you can do with splits and layers are common. For example, if I make a split, I can take either the left or the right side up or down 3 octaves. This is great if I want to comp with an organ in the left hand and play piano in the right hand. It's also great if I want to take a particular synth sound in the left hand and play it down a deeper octave to get a much lower bass. You can also have what they call a partial layer, which means I can have one sound go across the whole keyboard and then another sound that only goes a partial range across the keyboard. This is really great. I'm going to show you a split that I created with an electric bass and a Tyne electric piano. When I made this, I wasn't thinking about as much range as I wanted for the right hand. So right now, I have the right hand playing in a normal place where middle C is middle C, but I want to move it down an octave so that I have more range for the piano to play lower than middle C. So I touch a button for the side of the split, which is the Tyne electric piano. I hit the edit button, and one of the choices I'm allowed to do is move it by octave. So I'm going to move it down. I like this, so I'll stay with that. Here's a simple split with an acoustic upright bass, which is very nice. You can hear the finger plucking on the strings. They did a great job with the sample. And the right hand, I'm going to use the concert piano. And for those romantic people out there, here's a combination I put together for you. This is a split using an acoustic guitar and a musette, which is a nice form of an accordion. So far, I've showed you mostly splits. Here's a nice layer using one of the string programs and the Concert Grand. I have the strings assigned to a CC pedal that I'm going to be controlling with my foot for the volume. And again, I can tell either side of the split or a layer whether they should see the sticks, whether they should operate, whether the sustain pedal should be operating, whether the CC pedal should be operating. So I can really tailor the performance to what I want. This instrument can be at the center of your studio for controlling your iOS devices or controlling your VST instruments, and then the added bonus of having 1 gigabyte of high-quality sounds that you can mix together, having 4 zones that you can control, and the cool thing is you can take it under one arm and go out and gig. The sounds are great. They hold up live, and the instrument, as I said, you can lift with one hand. Once again, I'm Chris Martirano, and this is Studiologic's Numa Compact 2. For more information, feel free to contact Kraft Music. Check out their great bundles. They put together all the great accessories for you at exceptional values. Thanks again for watching.